Hello, my name is Oshan. Today we'll be solving two sum on Neetcode 150, and we'll be solving this using the PDAC method. PDAC stands for problem, edge cases, data structure, algorithm, and code. So first off, let's read the question. Given an array of integers, nums, and an integer target, return the indices I and j such that nums I plus nums j is equal to target and I is not j. Return the answer with the smaller index first. So just based off of that, we can go ahead and gather our input and outputs. So our input, what we'll be taking in, is an array of integers and a target integer. And we want to return an array of indices that add up to that target integer. So we can go ahead and look at our edge cases. The first one, 3, 4, and 5, with a target of 7. So the integers that add up to 7 are 3 and 4, and their indexes, respectively, are 0 and 1. Seems pretty straightforward. Next, we have a target integer of 10, which means that we have to find two numbers that add up to 10 within our array. And those two numbers are 4 and 6. Now remember, we want to return these in order of smallest to largest. So 4 would be first with an index of 0, and 6 would be second with an index of 2. Finally, our last edge or example is 5 and 5, and we have a target integer of 10. The only possible index that we can return is 0 and 1. So yeah, seems good. The data structure we'll be using, hash map or dictionary if you're using Python, and our algorithm. So let's go ahead and walk through our algorithm. So first, we want to initialize an empty hash map. Then we want to loop through nums. And then we want to initialize a new variable, setting it called difference, setting it equal to target subtracted by nums. Now, if difference is in the hash map, we want to return I and hash map difference. I'll tell you where we're getting this from. This should have an extra. Oop. Now, this is coming from this line of code right here. Store current integer with index. Because, here, let's walk through it really quickly, actually. Copy that. Okay. So, our first step, initialize an empty hash map. So we have our hash map. I'm not the best drawer, so don't criticize me. And one of our edge cases, let me go ahead and grab that. So we have our first step done. This is our hash map. Hash. Then we want to loop through nums. Okay. So we have nums here. Our first is, I'm just going to go ahead and jot it down here. 7. So our difference is target minus the current nums, or the current number that we're on. So 7 minus 3 is 4. And then we want to check if that difference, so this is difference. Check if that difference is in the hash map, right? So that difference is not in the hash map. So now we can't run this line of code. So the next line of code says store current integer with index. So our current integer is 3. So this would be our updated hash map. And we want to start with their index, correct? So 0, because that's where 3 is at. So now we would go on. So now we're on 4. 7 This is difference. Let's go ahead and go through it again. Loop through nums. This is our second iteration. So now we're on 4. And we want to set difference to target. Our target is 7. And the current number that we're on in nums, which is 4. And that is 3. So now we want to check, hey, is difference in the hash map? So our difference is 3, right? And this is our updated hash map right here. So 3 is in that hash map. If so, return the current, which is the current index, which is 1, and our hash map index, which is 0. Now the indices of this is 4 and 3, right? And if we add that adds up to what? 7. And yeah. But we have to return the smallest index first. So this will actually, this line right here will actually be in reverse. So let's go ahead and type that out. All right. So now that we have that typed out, let's run through it really quickly. I've changed the name of the variable, some of the variable names, just to make it more comprehensible. So we have indices, our hash map, and then we're going to iterate. I'll make it so that I'll comment some of the lines of the algorithm just to make it so that you guys understand. And then loop through nums. Then create difference. Set it equal to target. So the whole basis of twosum, the logic part of it is using two data points to get 1. It's basically a comparison question. So yeah, so you're using target and integer in nums to get difference, which is the missing data that you need. So we have difference, and this is our condition. If it's in if difference is in the object, then return it. Yeah, seems good. Seems good. Hopefully this made sense. This kind of looks like Scribble now that I look at it. Maybe I was going too fast. The reason why this undefined is here is because if difference had a value of 0, then 0 is falsy, so this if statement wouldn't run and your code would be wrong. And like, this will kind of just go forever. So yeah, hopefully that made sense. I might jot down some extra notes in the comments just to make sure, some things are clarified. And yeah, seems good.